else were you thinking activating that lance? I was right there!
This is so bad. Okay, so let me catch you up on a few things. A couple months ago, I made a video where I hired voice actors off Twitter to voice iconic video game scenes. Persona 5, Baldur's Gate 3, Metal Gear Solid, Final Fantasy. But in that same video, I was challenged with something insane. Something I did not expect. Something so... Okay, they just asked me to do the challenge as well. I don't know why I'm making it so dramatic. It's literally just that. Anyways, I'm gonna take these iconic video game scenes with amazing voice acting and voice them over myself. And since I'm not gonna be as good as them, I'm going to be completely ruining them. But with the catch, I'm going to be trying to do as accurate of a voice impression as I can of each of the characters, while teaching you how I do them. Yeah, this is gonna be kind of hard. So the 4 scenes we have is a Ketchi's breakdown from Persona 5, a monologue from Astarion from Baldur's Gate 3, me Gungaga from Final Fantasy, and Why Are We Here Just to Suffer from Metal Gear Solid. So how this is gonna work is that I'm gonna take each character and try to work through the voice impression right here for you guys and try to break down my process. Now, however close we manage to get, I'm going to use that, go into the booth, record it, come back, and we'll react to it together. See, the Akechi one is the one I'm confident I can do really well, so I'm just gonna leave that one for last. We'll start with the Mean Gungaga scene. So I actually think that Zach is gonna be an easy one because I feel like he's already pretty close to my regular voice, and I always say if you're learning a voice impression, the easiest ones will be the one closer to your voice. We're gonna take a listen here and try to find a line that we can work with.
Me? Gungaga.
Okay, there we go. That's our line. So when you're learning a voice impression, you want to find that one line that you feel like perfectly encompasses the character. And I feel like that this line right here in this specific scene, because we don't have a lot to work with, perfectly does it. First thing I want to do is I just want to try going for it, see how close I am already.
Me? Gungaga.
Me? Gungaga. I think that's pretty close so far. Something I'm noticing with Zach is that his voice is resonating more in the face area and like the front of the mouth, which is normal for a lot of people. Also, if you notice, is that the way he talks talks up and then he stabilizes himself right afterwards. So it's like he shows enthusiasm, but he keeps himself grounded. For example, let me show you.
At least someone's keeping up.
At least someone's keeping up. You know what I mean? Like it goes up and then comes down. So, okay, you know what? I feel like we got in a good place for Zach. Oh wait, we have 2 characters because Cloud is also in this. So I guess we gotta do 2 voices. Okay, let's look at Cloud.
Well, I'm a country boy too.
Okay, we're gonna stick with that line because I feel like that's like the only line he has in this fucking scene. He has like 2 other one-worders, but I feel like that's the best line to be honest, we can work with. First thing I'm noticing with Cloud is that his voice is very soft and like put together in a shy way, which makes sense for the character. And also, very important thing, his voice has a little bit of breath to it. Has a cool anime protagonist voice because as we know, he becomes a protagonist later on in the Final Fantasy VII story. But anyways, I digress.
Well, I'm a country boy too.
Well, I'm a country boy too. I feel like that was pretty good. So what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna take these voices, I'm gonna go into the booth, record it, and we'll come back here and listen to it. Okay, for this next one, I'm actually kind of worried about this because I don't think I'll get anywhere near the voice. Next, we have Astarion from Baldur's Gate 3, okay? And this monologue is pretty funny. I'll give it a little play.
What else were you thinking? Activating that lance? I was right there! Gods! Do you have any idea how much that hurt?
But here's the thing. Astarion is voiced by Neil Newman. Neil Newman, I think that's how you say his name. Fun fact, this guy walked by me at Fan Expo the other day. We were just in line and then he just walked by me and I gave him a little wave and he waved back. That's besides the point. He has a very unique voice that's kind of really hard to replicate. But we're gonna try our best anyways because that's what we're here to do. And we're here to ruin the voice acting, right? So I think line I want to use is this one right here.
Do you have any idea how much that hurt?
Okay, so we're just gonna go for the voice and see how close we can get.
Do you have any idea how much that hurt?
Do you have any idea how much that hurts? Okay, so... Oh my god, that's terrible. Okay, so the first obvious thing is that he has a British RP accent, which I can do. And the second thing I'm hearing is that his voice is very nasally, so it's up here. So if I combine that with the British RP accent. Also, if you notice, when he speaks, he has a little musicality in his voice. So that's, you know what? That's sounding a lot better than it was before. Gods, do you have any idea how much that hurt? Okay, now I just sound like a villager. How much that hurt? Guys, this is gonna be terrible. I'm gonna try a different line. Hold on.
Somewhere between a nice summer's day and the full concentrated power of the sun.
Somewhere between a nice summer's day and the full concentrated power of the sun. This is so bad. Okay, let's just go to the booth and record it. Okay, next up we have the Why Are We Just Here Just to Suffer scene from Metal Gear Solid. And I will say I'm also very confident about this one. For what I remember, this one was just a very brooding voice, a guy who's depressed and dying and pain and stuff. But let's take a listen.
Why are we still here? Just to suffer.
Okay, I feel like the line we have to pick is the "Why are we still here?" Right? I feel like I'm legally obligated to pick that line. So we're just gonna go for it and see what we get.
Why are we still here?
Why are we still here? Just to suffer. Okay, it's not bad. I think I'm making it a bit more raspy than it needs to be, so I'm gonna try to pull back on that. We're gonna see where we get. Something else that's important to know is that a bit more dramatic, and because of that, the character is a bit more breathy than usual. That's just the grit of being a soldier coming in as well. If we combine all of that, we might get something a bit more closer. Why are we still here? Just to suffer. Okay, it's not bad of a starting off point. Let's try a different line as well to see if our framework for this voice still holds through with other stuff.
I can feel my leg and my arm.
I can feel my leg and my arm. Okay, I think we're a bit closer with that one. So I'm gonna be honest with you guys. My voice, as you can probably tell, is a bit of the more higher side, mid to higher side, where like these grunty soldiers that you see in like these Metal Gear Solid games don't typically have that kind of voice. They're kind of more on the deeper side, which my voice doesn't naturally sit. So it's harder for me to do these type of voices. But I think I can get somewhat close. If not, I feel like I can encompass the emotions and like the feeling of the scene. Maybe if the impression might not be accurate, but at least I can get that down. But let's just see what we can do in the studio. Okay, now this one I am very excited about. If you're not familiar with the game Persona 5, which I'm sure pretty much all of you guys are, Akechi has an iconic scene in this where he has this insane breakdown towards the end of the game. If I'm spoiling the game for you, I'm so sorry. But honestly, what are you doing? Why have you played the game? I'm very confident about this one. The reason I say that is because his voice is pretty similar to my voice. I just gotta ramp it up a bit more and also just like let go a lot. Let go in the sense of letting my voice off the rails, stop trying to keep it put together because Akechi, he's losing it in this scene. Look, I'll just show you.
Teammates! Friends! To hell with that! Why am I inferior to you?
The line I'm gonna pick is "Why am I inferior to you?" So we're gonna try. Why am I inferior to you? Did I make it more over dramatic than it needs to be? It felt right though, and if it felt right, that means I'm doing something right. Something else important to note is since this game is stylized like an anime because it's an anime game, a lot of the characters are just naturally going to speak more breathy. So that shouldn't be a surprise that we have to do it for this voice. Why am I inferior to you? You know, kind of like that. See, I am very confident about this voice. I'm just gonna go in there, do it, and you'll just see the results. Okay, so I'm back from the mysterious booth and I've recorded everything, and all I'm gonna say is we've got some really interesting stuff. Some good stuff, some okay stuff, I think. But let's just get into the reactions, I think. Let's see how it is. So first up, we got the Zack and Cloud Migunga scene. Migungaga scene. Miganga.
At least someone's keeping up. Well, I'm a country boy too. From where? Nibelheim.
Me? Gongaga.
Okay, that turned out a lot better than I expected. So just to make things clear, yes, these are my voices. I voiced both of them in the scene. And honestly, that turned out really good, I think. I'm very impressed with myself, you know? I mean, I was thinking that I was pretty confident about this one, but that turned out a lot better than I expected. I feel like that first line almost sounds insanely accurate to the original one.
At least someone's keeping up.
I feel like that sounds pretty similar, even Cloud too.
Well, I'm a country boy too.
Honestly, I am thoroughly impressed with myself. I'm gonna give myself a 4 out of 5 stars there. I don't know why I'm not giving myself the one. You know what? Why am I not giving myself the 1 star? I'm giving myself 5 out of 5 stars. Even though I thought I did it pretty good, I don't think I did it as great as the original. So consider that scene ruined. Anyways, next up we got Astarion. This one is I'm just gonna let you see how this turned out.
What in the sweet hells were you thinking activating that lance? I was right there! Do you have any idea how much that hurt? Well, apparently there's a limit between a nice summer's day and the full concentrated power of the sun! Next time, just warn me before you do something stupid, so I can at least get out of the blast radius.
Listen, I think performance-wise, I didn't do the worst, but when it comes to doing the impression, it is god-awful. Holy shit, that sounds nothing like him. I just got like maybe the accent down and maybe a little bit of the nasally elements, but it sounds nothing like Astarion. He's got too much of a unique voice. I'm definitely not gonna be able to do that. You know, there's some, you gotta know your limits, you know? It's humble, you know, I'm a humble guy. Guys, that's a 1 star, bro. That's a 1 out of 5 stars. So we're moving on. I did not enjoy that one whatsoever. Okay, so next up, we have the Metal Gear Solid one.
Why are we still here? Just to suffer. Every night, I can feel my leg and my arm. Even my fingers. Bodies I've lost. The comrades I've lost. Won't stop hurting. It's like they're all still there.
Okay, so first thing I'm gonna say is that I'm just noticing now that instead of saying the body I've lost, I said the bodies I've lost. So I'm gonna point that out before someone else does, because I know someone will. But honestly, I'm very pleasantly surprised with how this turned out, because as I was saying, I was not sure how this was gonna turn out, because I can't really get my voice that kind of gravitas that a soldier like this has, right? My voice sounds very youthful. But honestly, I didn't even recognize myself. Like, that sounds...
Why are we still here? Just to suffer?
I don't think I was completely there though. I think it more sounds like a dude in my voice range who's trying to sound deep. So I'm gonna give myself 3 stars for this one. But it's okay. You know, I wanna know what you guys think. Do you guys think this is passable? Do you guys think this is like pretty goated? Because you know what, maybe you guys think it's goated. I'm being very hard on myself because I could be doing that. When I was recording this, because this guy's in so much pain, every time I have to record a line where my character is in pain or being hurt, what I do is that I pinch myself either on like my stomach or my arm as I'm speaking. So I'm kind of like wincing from that pain. Obviously, if you're gonna try that, don't go too hard. Don't actually start hurting yourself, but like just enough so you can just feel it and kind of act off of it. But I feel like that translated kind of well. So you know what? I'm pretty happy with myself. Okay, but last but not least, we have the Akechi one. And I cannot wait for you guys to see this, because I'm telling you, I put my whole Harry Gilvio scene into this, okay? I need, stay with me here. This one's great. This one's good. I promise.
Teammates? Friends? To hell with that! Why am I inferior to you? I was extremely particular about my life, my grades, my public image, so someone would want me around. I am an ace detective, a celebrity!
Akechi-kun.
But you're
Why am I
just some
laughing?
criminal
I made the
trash
joke.
living in an attic. So how? How does someone like you have things I don't?
Solid. Listen, I told you that I would pop off here. I'm very confident about this one. And look what I did. Did I impress you? I'm giving myself 6 out of 5 stars. I'm really happy with that. I want to know what you guys think. Do you guys give me 6 out of 5 stars too? Because you better fucking give me that rating, because I fucking deserve it. You know what? Did I ruin this scene? I don't know. Maybe I served it justice? I definitely don't think I did it better than the original Robbie Damon. Definitely not. But did I do it justice? You guys let me know. I feel like I did pretty good though. Honestly, some of these didn't even turn out as bad as I expected. I fully thought I was gonna eat shit for all of these. But for most of these, you know what? I'm proud to say that I'm proud of my work. You know, something I've always been preaching is that voice impressions is something that you can learn. It's a skill that's learnable. I mean, you literally saw me do it for every single one of these voices in this video. But the thing is, I was working with my own strategy for learning these voice impressions, a very specific framework, as you guys saw. And I'm sorry, but I'm not gonna teach you guys what that is. I'm gatekeeping it, so stop asking me. Just kidding, I made a whole video explaining the whole thing right here.